What's up, D-Snares? Back to another video on Robert Venditt's Justice League run. And guys, this is actually part 3 in Cold War. And what we've been seeing in the storyline is pretty much the Justice League versus the Spectre. Now, not in the way you think. The Spectre pretty much manipulated them into fighting each other. Then they fought off against the Spectre and they found out that the Spectre has actually been separated from Jim Corrigan, who is his host. So the Spectre is let free on the world and is pretty much giving everybody vengeance. So everybody's going against each other. So what the Justice League need to do is go to the mountain of Tartarus. And they need to pretty much take back Jim Corrigan, get him to go back to the Spectre and end this whole conflict. But in their way is the Amazons. So we ended last issue with them showing up on pretty much Themyscira, and the Amazons in this issue say to Wonder Woman hey, you broke a rule. You're not supposed to show up with men to the island. You have Batman, you have Superman, you have Aquaman, Flash, Jon Stewart. Wonder Woman's not supposed to do that. And that's where we open up in this issue. Now, before we dive in, we got a cool cover, right? A cool cover by Gary Frank right here. It actually looks pretty cool. You see all the Justice League fight off against the Amazons. And I actually really like it. Gary Frank's art has always been one of my favorite artists. His art on Doomsday Clock was really good. Just the only thing about his art is it takes a while to get out. Same with Jason Fabok. Jason Fabok's been working on 3 Jokers for a while, and it's finally coming out soon. But they're the type of artists that they need a lot of time to get their art out, but when it gets out, it's really good. But guys, this issue starts out, you see Wonder Woman talking to the Amazons, she broke that rule, and they pretty much start fighting. The Amazons, before they start fighting though, they try to discuss some things, tell Wonder Woman, hey, we're not going to help really, just go, we can deal with this, it can't be that bad. But that's when Spectre's Mist shows up out of nowhere. And it takes over the Amazons. The Amazons pretty much say, the Spectre's right, we need to take down the Justice League. So the Amazons start charging at the Justice League, this big double-page spread, actually looks pretty dope. You see all the Justice League just ready to fight, you see Superman ready to go, and the Amazons are charging at him. And what happens is they actually combine as a unit. The Justice League work like a team, and it's really cool. This is what I actually been really liking about Robert Venditt's run so far. In the Invasion of Superman arc, they actually work good together. Jon Stewart would do something, Flash would do something, but they would be combined as a whole. And that's what happens here too. You see pretty much Wonder Woman and Aquaman go together, which is actually a good contrast to the last issue when they were fighting against each other, when the Spectre had control of them. So see them together, and then Wonder Woman just says, Justice League, advance. And it's a big splash page, it looks really cool. The art by Robertson Rocha is actually really good. I like his artwork. And Robert Venditt writes it very well. This is more of an action-packed issue, not very character-driven, but there's still some really good character moments. And this Aquaman Wonder Woman one, even though it's very quick, is very good too. But you see him fight off, you see Batman throw pretty much this grappling hook at these Amazons to take down the archers. You see him throw bombs, you see Aquaman get his trident, he hits, you see Wonder Woman fighting back, Superman fighting back, it looks really cool. But then they get away, they start heading toward the Mountain of Tartarus. But Batman looks back, he notices something's wrong. He notices that the Amazons are about to kill each other. If they can't enact their vengeance on the Justice League, they'll enact on each other. So Jon Stewart goes back, he's like, hey, you guys go without me, I'll fight them off on my own. And Wonder Woman's like, wait, but they're a whole army, how will you fight off? And he decides to make a whole construct of the Green Lantern Corps. You see pretty much the construct of Guy Gardner, Kilowog, and it looks really cool. It's probably my favorite part in this entire issue. You see Jon Stewart just attack him with all these Green Lantern constructs, and it just shows how great of a character he is. But they make it to the Mount of Tartarus, they make it in, Flash scans the perimeter, and they finally find Jim Corrigan. Now Jim Corrigan does not look good. He looks faded, he does not look good at all, he's been there for 20 years. Last time he saw a human was Batman 20 years ago, and Batman's like, wait, we can help you out, we just gotta get out of here first. And Jim Corrigan's like, no, I have to explain what's going on. And Wonder Woman's like, no, you can explain once we leave. And Jim Corrigan immediately says, no, I've made a big mistake. And he tells them that I've released Tartarus, the god of hell. And the final page shows Tartarus, this big, pretty much this big guy, this big giant, just come out of nowhere. He looks really cool. The Justice League looks small compared to him. They just look up, and he says that I am finally free. I can unleash pretty much my wrath on the world. So that's where it ends this issue. So next issue we'll see the Justice League fight off against him, the Amazons, we'll have the Spectre involved. So the story's getting really cool. Yeah, this is more of an action-packed issue. I know a lot of people are like, oh, but is it worth the price of pretty much my money? Is it worth the price? I think it is. Like, yeah, there's not a lot of like small character moments in this issue, but there's a lot of great action. The artwork is amazing. Like, the artwork looks really cool, especially the page, like the splash page with Wonder Woman saying Justice League Advance, with all the Justice League members charging at the Amazons. Also, Jon Stewart releasing his constructs, and then also the final page with Tartarus getting released. Like, those certain pages make this whole issue worthwhile. I'm excited to see what comes next. But yeah, guys, a couple other notes is Flash, though he doesn't have a lot of lines in this issue, he's more like the comedic, like the humor in this issue. Like when he scans the perimeter, when he's taking down the Amazons by just like punching them really fast. Like, I really like that. Aquaman, his big things in this issue is just him teaming up with Wonder Woman. And speaking of Wonder Woman, I'm really liking what DC's doing with her. Like, she's getting a lot of content over the years with Justice League Dark, The Witching Hour, Dark Side War, this story. Like, this is more like one kind of based off Wonder Woman. Like, yeah, it's based off the Spectre and Jim Corrigan, but having the Amazons get involved, pretty much put Wonder Woman in more of like a central role and give her more to do. Like, yeah, Wonder Woman's cool, and it's cool to see her backstory and all that stuff, and her team up with Justice League members, but it's also cool to see her mythology, like the Amazons, Themyscira, Tartarus, get involved in this book. Like, it's really cool, I like that. But yeah, guys, overall, I give this issue an 8.7 out of 10. It's a solid issue, you should check it out, and I'm excited for the next one. But in the comments below, tell me what you thought about this issue. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What do you think about the ending? Like, what do you think about Tartarus? Do you think it came out of left field, or do you think it came at the right time? I feel like it came at the right time. Also, what was your favorite moment from the issue? Did you like pretty much Wonder Woman pretty much shouting Justice League Advance, or Jon Stewart releasing all his constructs? Maybe Aquaman teaming up with Wonder Woman? You guys tell me your thoughts in the comments below. And if you like the video, give a big thumbs up on YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe so you miss my next Justice League comic review. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and peace out.